drag a decorated bull onto the center of the stage, and they sacrifice that bull to the gods. Then they drag that bull off, they will dump sand over the blood, and Act 1 begins. Act 1 is predatory animal versus predatory animal. You capture a bear and a lion. Everybody here, with the exception of Kung Fu Panda, has wanted to see a bear fight a lion, and it's just not going to happen. 2,000 years ago, you capture a bear, you kick it in the bullocks, you put it in a cage, you show him pictures of his girlfriend naked, you tell him no food for you, poke and prod him, bring him back to the Coliseum, stick him below it. Do the same thing to a lion, put him on the floor of the Coliseum when they're good as pissed off, open it up, and let them go at each other. 100% of the time, a bear will always defeat a lion. So you start putting 2 lions out there. Take that, you smart-ass bear. And so they start fighting to the death. Ostriches versus emus, jaguars versus leopards. Which one's which? Who knows? They both got spots and it's awesome. So they do that, throw a cheetah in there just to confuse everybody else. And so this whole set of violence is just to amp you up, get the bloodlust going on, fighting animals. Drag all the corpses off, spread more white sand. Act 2, man versus animal. Man versus animal is usually, Romans invented bullfighting. You know it's boring? Fighting bulls when you have an entire empire of animals to scout. So, what they're going to do is take a bunch of animals. Maybe get a rhino. Bring a rhino out there. Well, one guy taking on a rhino, you're going to get your ass beat. So you go out there with a couple of guys who start stabbing it. Now, if you bring it out there, you take a half dozen guys, and all they do is run up and stab it when it's looking the other direction. That's not fighting it. It's like a bullfight. You're not really fighting that bull. You're dodging it and stabbing it because it's stupider than you. It's the same thing what these guys do. Take advantage of that. People got bored of that really quickly. So you're just kind of stabbing an animal and it's scared. So that's it. Let's bring out an animal that you can actually fight. So they thought of an animal that A, looked weird, and B, would defend itself in a gross-ass way. Something violent. The perfect animal to kill inside the Coliseum, anybody? A giraffe. Because giraffes are fucking weird looking. But also how they defend themselves is they swing their necks back and forth. I'm not talking about Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. I'm talking about they whip that shit back and forth. And so if you're a guy with the sword being like, how can I kill this animal in an awesome way? Holy shit. It's like T-ball, baby. Just wait for it. And so ultimately, yes, it's sad. You bring that giraffe on the street. Whatever an angry giraffe sounds like, we don't make them mad anymore, so they don't make that noise. Just bring it on the floor of the Coliseum, start chasing it around. Bring out a couple of unworthy guys. Maybe you have that giraffe, like, kick them, smack them in the face, they hit the wall and explode, break a couple ribs, their head gets flown off, and the giraffe's head hit them. Whatever it is. Get that giraffe really nice and freaked out. Get him feeling pretty good about himself. He's kicking the shit out of all these guys. And then you bring out this big, muscly gladiator from the Germanic tribes and bring him down there and give him a sword and a helmet and tell him to go cut that damn thing's head off. Who will save the trees of our city from destruction? Kill that beast. And so they drag him out on the floor and they start picking him against him. He runs back and forth. This guy stabs him a bunch of times, backflips, trips out of the way, flips out of the way, things like that. Waits for the animal to get exhausted, then wait for him to swing that neck, and boom! Straight up in there, Babe Ruth, stick that sword halfway through. It's freaking out, whipping its head back and forth, probably tearing more of the flesh off, hanging out by the vertebrae, and finally sprays off into the crowd. And you severed the arteries of an animal, huge animal with the heart this big.